Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. In this channel, we'll be talking about functions in this series today. All right, so I'm going to talk about things like processing numbers. I'm going to talk about things like domain, the range, and the rest of it. Okay, so please make sure you follow the series till the end because I'm going to break them into 10 minutes bits for each of the major points. Okay. All right, so today we're going to talk about processing numbers. So what do you mean by processing numbers? Okay, how do you process number using functions? So let's say we have y is equal to f of x. Okay, y is equal to f of. Now say that y is a function of x, but this is not entirely true. I'm going to explain later, but for now we just assume that x is completely dependent on y. So that means I can rewrite this as I have my x here, okay? It goes through a particular processing, that's what we call the function, and you can have an output. So that means the x is equal to the input, okay? Then it goes through a particular function or manipulation. Then you now have y, which is going to be the output. Is that okay? So if you have that now, we can now play around with everything. So let's say we have, for instance, we have y is equal to x squared. Can you see? So what does that mean? That when you have the input x, it goes through the function, okay, or the manipulation. And the function you have to do is that you have to raise the value of x to power what? 2. And the value you're going to have is y. Now, some textbooks usually call y f of x. So I use them interchangeably, okay? So you can have y or you can have f of x. All right. So let's say an example, let's say x is equal to 5, for instance. So we're gonna have the same thing. When 5 comes in here, okay, it goes through the function, and we're gonna raise 5 to the power of 2, okay? And the answer we're gonna have at the end of the day should be what? 25. So that means you can see the input is 5, the function is squared, and the output is 25. Okay? All right. That's what I want to talk about in this. Just processing numbers. So this is the same thing your calculator does. For instance, if you had a calculator, you would have just put this into your calculator, 5 squared, and the answer you get is 25. But now, in this case, I'm representing the function pictorially. Is that making sense? So let's pick an example, another example. So let's say I have, we can say, let's say we have y is equal to 1 over x. Okay? So the same thing, I have a particular function, and the function is that the value of x I'm going to have, I have to find the inverse of it. So is that you have this, the x, the function means that you have to raise it to power -1. So that means any value you have to raise it to power -1. So let me write it this way so it'll be easier. So raise to power -1. Then the answer you're going to get is going to be equal to what? Y, or f of x. Does that make sense? Which should become 1 over x. So you can have other examples. You can play around this, all the same thing. Let's say we have y is equal to x minus 6. Let's say x minus 6. The same thing. The x, what did happen? The input, if you have an input x, what is the function? The function is that you have to subtract 6 from the value of x. And then you're going to have a y that will be equal to x minus 6 as the output. Or you can say the output is going to be f of x. And you can play around with more questions on this. I don't know if I have any other one. Or let's do something about product, for instance. Let's solve a question on product. So let's say we have y is equal to 4x. The same thing. You have the initial input. It goes through the function. Can you see? Then the function means that the value of x, you should multiply it by what? 4. And then you're going to give you the what? The value for y. So that means for this, the function here is that you have to multiply the input by what? 4. All right. Okay, that'll be that for the first video. I'm just introducing how to process numbers. Now, in the next video, I'm going to take it a bit further and talk about more, a little bit complex processing numbers. Okay, but before that, I want you to try drawing the diagram for this one. I want you to try drawing. Let's say we have y is equal to x cubed, and we have y is equal to x 1/6. Okay, try drawing the diagram for this. And if you have any question, you can put it in the comment section, or you can just chat me up and I'll respond to you. All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to see you in the next video, which will be on trying to do complex processing numbers for more complex examples. Thank you very much.